Hi, my name is Ray Bernard, and welcome to my SSH Commander tool with AI. This is a small tool that I've created over the last 2 days, and what it does, it helps you to connect to any Linux-based SSH-enabled server or end device, such as a switch, and in this case, we're going to be connecting to a leaf node switch. The configurations will be saved in JSON. So all you need to do is click on Start Configuration at any point once you've configured it, and that's it. We also implement AI so that all you need to do is put in the commands, and we'll send those commands to an AI, which will come back with a description of what those commands are. And then once you finish your configuration, you can start the configuration, test it, and then even go so much as download the configuration with the commands and its relative descriptions to Markdown. So I'm going to take you through this entire process, hopefully in the next maybe 3 minutes. The inspiration of this application comes from a very wonderful simulator that Nvidia has produced. In this particular simulation, we're going to be looking at the DGX 100 base pod configuration. The base pod is a fundamental building block for AI in the corporate data centers. The Air Nvidia provides us with an exact simulation of all the network connectivity needed to produce and configure a base pod DGX 100. As you can see here, we have two SN5600 switches along with two DGX 100 nodes. You also have an out-of-band network, a series of compute nodes that consists of BCM servers for cluster management, along with a Kubernetes cluster. You're also provided with two storage nodes. So this tool I've enabled with AI, and I'll show you exactly how to set that up and why. But the first thing we need to do is we need to configure our SSH connection information, right? This is gonna connect to the out-of-bound server. And I've already set up SSH in this environment. I have an external host, which I'm gonna just copy and paste that right into that field. Then I'm going to configure the port. Its username is Ubuntu. I'm going to upload my PEM key, and now I'll be ready to start configuring my devices. Before I do that, I just want to draw your attention to the AI configuration. So you can select between two different AIs that I've set up for this application. I have an AI set up in the Nvidia cloud. We're using Llama 2 code, 32 billion parameter by Meta. And I also can call the OpenAI model as well. So it's just as good. So in this case, I have a system message, and this system message is to guide the AIs to really respond effectively to what I want it to do. And what I want it to do is, as I enter in commands and save them, I want the AI to write a description of those commands, so that it'll help me with documentation. Once I decide what AI I want to use and I provide the relative system message, all I need to do is save that once and it's configured. Now, if you try to click on the config, you're going to get this little error message here. The reason why is because you really haven't configured anything. So there is no config.json file yet. Just wait. We'll show you how to use that once we have some information. All right, let's log into our first device that we want to configure. This is Leaf 01. The username is Cumulus. You have to be careful and make sure that you type things in correctly, otherwise you won't connect. Put in my series of commands, click on save. While I'm saving, what's happening now is that these commands are being sent to my AI. The AI is going to respond with a description of what these commands are. Both the commands and the description will be saved to a JSON file. As you can see here, I have a successful response. We're going to continue to configure the switch. So the next set of commands is to configure the VLANs. I'm going to save the configuration. Got a response. Let's do another one. Save. It's a global configuration, setting Rocky for quality of service. That's a good description. Let's do another one. Formatting here doesn't matter as much because I straighten everything out in the back end. I'm having so much fun, I want to do a few more. Let's take a look at our policy. Yep, perfect. So now I want to set my BGP loopback address to leaf 02. Let's take a look. Yep, perfect. Great description. All right, let's do one more and call it a day. I want to take a look at our results. There are about 105 different individual commands you need to execute in order to configure leaf 01. Hence, I thought this tool is great when you go to configure the pod itself. You have a great way of keeping track of what you're doing and documenting that in the process. So once you've gone through the configurations, you can actually view what you've configured. You can edit or delete them at will. And in this case, I'm just going to begin and click on Start Configuration. As you can see here, these are the descriptions that the AI has generated. It's actually being pulled from a JSON file while we're SSHing into the various nodes on the network. The first one was going to be the out-of-band server, and then I'm going to hop from that server onto leaf 01, where I'll begin the configuration as we document it. Just the IPs, and that looks good. Once we exit out of that, the next series of commands will be executed. You can tell very easily because you can see the description right up here. We logged in again into leaf 01. Now we're going to execute the respective batch of commands. And I'm just going to continue to the bottom here. And as you can see, we've successfully configured that device. You can set up a series of tests that you can do on the devices just to make sure that they're configured correctly by pinging the relative networks. In this case, we're not going to do that. What I'm going to do now is go back, click on Read Configuration. Read Configuration, once you have a configuration set, you can actually download it in Markdown, which is great for documentation. What you're going to get in a Markdown file is exactly this, the description of the commands that you're executing against, and also the commands. As you just saw, I clicked on the Download Markdown. Let's take a look at what that looks like. I'm going to open up VS Code and show you the contents of the file. And it's exactly the same contents as you saw on the application screen. Writing this in Markdown gives you a really easy way to directly edit and format your documentation. Well, I hope you enjoyed this demo of the SSH Commander. I'm really pleased on the results that I've achieved. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, my name is Ray Bernard, and you're welcome to email me at ray.bernard@outlook.com for further questions and suggestions. Thank you very much and have a great day.